Good evening, Dr. S. This is Kayvon Rivers, and I am showing you my portable play bag for my final exam. Starting off, I am a communications major, and I specify my communications in digital media. Therefore, I think I would like my profession to be broadcasting, and I feel like this bag could definitely be used and specified for elementary students, middle school students as well, because like there's not a lot of communications and broadcasting classes in those schools, so I feel like they should be added. So I'm going to show you how I would add them and how the things I would use in my classroom if I was a teacher in there. So starting off, I would always make most of my classes real life situations, real life settings. So therefore, I'm going to start off with some things. I'm going to start off with things that do not fit in the bag. First, on every set, such as news, acting, and we learn in class in video production class, you need a light. There are 3 different kind of lights. This is my first one. It's called a key light, fill light, and hair light. That helps with shadows in different areas and stuff like that. So I would start off by teaching them. I would have different types of lamps, different types of lights, different types of flashlights they could use, different types of panels where they could hold it, which would be like different types of toys to help them in the situations that they are in, to bring more lighting into the areas in which they need them. Secondly, would be something I feel which is very creative and very expressive. It's dress up. I feel like me, especially in my profession, and being a guy, will wear a lot of suits. This right here is a suit, so I would allow my students to. I would provide them. I would bring, suits and different kind of stuff for females, maybe some female suits or, professional stuff, just for them to play dress up in and to sometimes, be creative, and they can sometimes be someone else. They could be whatever they want to be, but, the clothes would definitely be very expressive for them and would allow them to show their creative side of things. Another thing I would add, I would have them create a desk, and they would come and they would create their desk, and they would have a lot of things on it, and it would definitely just tell me more about themselves, how they would approach their professional work. And like this right here, I would always have a picture like this, which is a picture of my niece, which brightens up my day and keeps me focused and allows me to know that to just, sometimes take a deep breath, because my niece, she's very playful. She, like in this picture, she has a smile on her face. She's always smiling, and she's just filled with joy. So I feel like, just having stuff like this around, this allows you to, be more calm, and just this will allow me to see different sides of them. So I'm gonna show on that. Now this is a game I would use. It's called the actor charade. Basically, you can allow them to do things like acting, broadcasting, all of that is on the screen. So you go here and you pick different type of actors, broadcasters, and stuff like that. And I would have a number, and whatever number it is, you would it would be up on the. I would hold it up on a card, or I would point at it, and I would allow the child to act out how they think that person is, or in any way, and the class would have to guess what it is. It would help with their communication skills, help with their acting skills, help with being in front of people. It would just help with all that. So I feel like this game is a great game to use inside of my class. Now, next thing, another picture. Briefcase. Why would I use a toy briefcase? Well, I would use a toy briefcase because a toy briefcase is also very expressive. Why? Because you carry stuff in the briefcase. Personal stuff, belongings, it doesn't matter. Like, you carry those things in there, and they like express you. You could have your name tag in there. You could have a letter in there that you like to read in your spare time. You could have a book. You could have food. All kinds of things in there. So when they do that, I would allow them to bring it to school so they can be more professional and get used to carrying those things. And then they could explain, if it's not too personal, in front of the class, what they need and why they need it and what it means to them as well. So that's the use of the suitcase. Now, this right here is a binder. Why would I have a binder in the class? It's in a lot of different classes, but for this would have a lot of the scripts and a lot of the different scenes and stuff inside of there, a lot of the stories, in which I would allow them to create some of the stories themselves, and we could go through it as a class, and maybe I could grade it for not really accuracy, but the creativity and stuff like that. Like, this would really help them be creative. I can have pictures inside of there. They could add pictures in there for when they're on the set and stuff like that. So it would just give them more of a feel of what's going on around the set, which would be great. And let's see what else I might bring. A microphone, toy microphone. Why would I bring out a toy microphone? As you see on a lot of different shows, microphones are widely used. And it allows a child to be creative, because when they're in the classroom, maybe some kids could feel like, you know, they're very expressive. Like, I have cousins who just grab a microphone and they're just automatically like in stardom. You can just see the star inside them. They're dancing, they're singing. You know, they just feel more into it. So that's what I want the toy mic to do. When they grab it, when they go up in front of the class, I hand them the microphone and they can completely express themselves, and it could be louder throughout the class. They can hear themselves. They can be more assertive. They can be more professional and stuff like that. So that's what the microphone would do, and I feel like it would really work in this class setting for me. Now, money, toy money. Why would I have this? Because actors get paid, right? Broadcasters get paid. I want my students to know that they are being held accountable, and when they are doing good and they're doing well, that they will be rewarded. Just as a real broadcaster would, or a real actor, I would have my thing is I would have a store that could be like free homework pass, candy, popcorn, movie time, get out of lunch attention free card, like stuff like that, so they can feel like their hard work isn't going to waste. So they earn those things like that. That could be like class bucks, and they could go and they can use it in the store and buy these things as actors and broadcasters do. You know, they get paid, so why can't my students get paid for their good work? I want them to feel rewarded. Now, what's next? A laptop. Every professional has a laptop because everything is on there. So I would just like another thing at the desk, or just carrying around. You know, you can, if the school provides laptops, they can use that, or iPads like how we have it. But I could just you know, get them used to using things like this and seeing it and knowing how to navigate and edit things like that. You know, just teach them early, start them off early. So that's what I'm going to use the laptop for. Because you have to edit, you definitely do have to edit things. So it will be a great, like I'm learning right now, it will be great to get ahead. The teddy bear. Why would I use the teddy bear? The teddy bear is I feel like it brings out another side. It allows the child to be comfortable. If it's not a partner event, I would allow them to use the teddy bear so they can feel more comfortable, feel like they're not alone. They can speak to the teddy bear one-on-one. They could speak to the class with the teddy bear. They can speak to me with the teddy bear. And they can feel like, like they have someone on their side. If they have a partner as well as using each other, that will also bring more out of them. And that will also just allow them to be more creative and more expressive, and allow them to just, be more assertive and more powerful, and just to think more and to be more relative to the audience. Just things like that. I really feel like teddy bears, they're really useful for kids. And, because they can really be that friend that builds that extra confidence inside of kids. Now, what else do I have? A camera. Why do we have a camera? On set, there's always a camera. So I want my students to practice being on camera, using it, whether it's a real or fake camera, toy camera, whatever. Use it. Practice makes perfect. And some people have anxiety being on camera. So get used to it. Work on it. I want my students to be in front of a camera, and we can do like camera tests. They can take pictures, and we can turn it in at the end. Videos that upload it up to your laptop, and I can teach them all that. But I feel like just having these materials there and allow them to play with them and figure them out for themselves will be very helpful for the future, especially for the ones who have a great voice and they see themselves doing things in this area. I really want to excel the process, because growing up, I never really knew much areas of communication until I got to college. So when I seen it, I was like, man, I love speaking to people. I love communicating. I love digital media. I love videos. I love stuff like that. I love, so I'm going to go in that area. So I just want to, excel at. Radio. Toy radio. Man, they don't know about this. This is so, I think my granddad gave this to me. Look at the antenna. You literally hear the broadcaster out of the radio, so it's not always visual. Sometimes it's just audio. I want to just throw a project out there where just record yourself. Let me see you go back in time. Let me see you just speak like a podcast. Speak to each other. Let me hear you just relay information without being on camera. This could greatly just help their verbal skills, and without just having to go through the trial and tribulations of a camera and having to look your best and all stuff like that. Just have your knowledge right and be able to verbalize your information that you have. That's great. And last but not, this actually is the last. Headphones. Why is headphones useful? On set, anchors, they have headphones in their ears. You see it sometimes going down the side. That's communication with your partner. This is a communications class. Maybe I would have type of electronic headphones where you can somehow speak to your partner through it and tell them what's next and to stay aligned or they're doing a good job, building their confidence and stuff like that. That is so great, and I feel like these headphones are key. And it also helps them look more professional. So I want to get them ready as possible. What's my last thing? Another thing I learned, special effects is so useful, and I feel like you have to use it in different movies. You have to know how to get it right. So I just want to go ahead and show you like this fan. We use fans inside of our media class to create wind and all type of stuff like that. You can use when you have water, rain, sometimes dripping from the faucet. You use a rag, you wet it, and you just twirl it and you hear it dripping out, and it creates an amazing sound like it's just from nature. So all of these things like special effects, that's on set. You got to know how to create these things. So I just feel like all of these toys, like I have a couple toys, real life toys, the game that I have, like it just all plays a part into what I want to do, and I want to bring that to young kids, because there are kids who are very talented in the communications area, but they don't know it. Like me, I didn't know it until I got to school. Like, oh, this is actually an area, and man, like I just really enjoy being in this department that I'm in. And I thank you, Dr. S, for allowing me to do this project, and I thank you for the class. And I hope that my bag was up to par, and I think I had a couple extra materials, and I hope that that's all right. But I just was really excited that I could really create in my mind my communications class or my broadcasting class, or whichever you want to call it. But yeah, that's what it is. For some young kids in elementary school and middle school, broadcasting. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. S. You have a nice day.